Hello, everybody, and welcome back here to the Daily Creative Challenge in Adobe Illustrator. I'm so excited to kick off this week of challenges. Before Max, we're going to have a lot of fun here. Let me say hi to the chat. And remember, if you are watching from YouTube, now is the time to go ahead and change to Behance. So head to b.net/Adobe Live or b.net/live, and you'll be able to comment and say hi. And in fact, let me go ahead and say hi to everybody that is here in chat already. So first of all, I want to say hi to Steve. I know he was there already after the wonderful stream that we just seen with Arabella and Wilson. That was a creative, wonderful typography stream. Make sure to go and watch the playback at some point. That was beautiful. But also Wade Acuff in the chat. Make sure to keep your eyes peeled for the amazing link that Wade is going to share during the chat. Biola, nice to see you. Claudia is back. Yes, and I'm going to be here with you for this creative challenge, which I'm really, really excited about. We're going to have fun creating icon, logo, watermarks, Instagram, social media assets, so much to do. Fabio, ciao, nice to see you. Harold, as usual, I'm here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm streaming from Manchester, UK, and I'm always very excited to see where everybody's watching from. So please let me know in the chat, where are you watching from? I love the wonderful community here at Adobe Live. As I say all the time, I'm never going to be tired to say that Adobe Live is a safe space to learn together. So it doesn't matter if you are a beginner, that's a fantastic place to start. And if you're an experienced designer, that's a great opportunity to create a new portfolio piece, maybe discover some new tools and have fun with the apps. So Susan, nice to see you. Andre, Adan, fantastic. So many wonderful people. Rita, lovely to see you. Jack in the chat as well. Beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and keep scrolling the chat. And if you have any question at any point, Laura, nice to see you. Christelle, Anthony, hi everybody. Robert, make sure to type your questions in the chat. Again, behance.net/live is the place where you can leave your comments so I can reply to you live. Beautiful. But before we start, I just want to jump real quick into my screen to direct you to the home page for the creative challenges, which is behance.net/challenge/illustrator. And I'm going to jump into my screen so you can go ahead and look at that with me. Fantastic. I'm going to zoom in so you can get the URL, but I'm sure the Wade is going to be super quick and already pasted in the chat. Right. So the reason why this is such a fantastic place is because you can do many different things. You get to follow the challenges by clicking on the big blue button. So you'll have a daily reminder with a new challenge. And in fact, if we scroll down, you will see that we already unveiled today card for today's challenge, which, as I said, is icon design. And then we have more challenges coming up. So every day, every morning, they're going to be revealed, and you can be reminded to join the challenge. So I'm going to go ahead also and show you another beautiful part of the creative challenges, which is the community chat on Discord. Click on community chat if you want to open Discord, and you will be transported in the wonderful world of Discord. I'm going to jump right into the other side to show you real quick. Here are the work of the previous challenges with the wonderful Julia Masaska. And if you want, we're going to see how later on at the end of the stream can submit your work here in order to have feedback from the amazing community, Adobe Live, mentor and team. And all you have to do is to head to the feedback challenge channel, which is right here, and submit your work. And we're going to do that at the end. And of course, you can submit your work on Behance in order to be featured on the amazing galleries. And that's a wonderful way to get discovered, find clients, and get your work out there. But it's time to get started. And in terms of getting started, as you can see on top of the card of today, you have a link called Get Started. So what happens there? Once you click on Get Started, you will be taken into a folder with a challenge number 1. That's a starter file for you to work along. But don't worry, this is going to be on a replay as well. As you can see, you have the watch video, which is going to take you to the replay. So if you just want to if you want to chill, that's what I'm trying to say. If you just want to chill now and then work later, you can always have access to the link of the starter file and actually the replay. So hopefully you can copy your work to your document, or you can also click on the document and download if you wish to do so. And we're gonna land in our wonderful Adobe Illustrator. I'm gonna go back to the chat real quick and see if there is any question from the chat. I've seen something about audio. Audio is fine. Okay, so I'm good. I just had a little bit of moment making sure. Dario, ciao, ciao. Nice to see you. Fantastic. Wade has already shared a link with the started file. Everything can hear me. Beautiful. We are about to start, and I'm going to remind you also about Adobe Max, which is coming up so quickly, but let's start first and talk about our icon, and maybe before we publish it, we can navigate into Max links and have some fun and talk about the wonderful session, brain dates, and everything that is going on at Max. Right, so once you open this first challenge, all we have to do is to head to the layers panel here. And if you're starting with Illustrator, you know that you don't know where to find your panels. All the panels live under the window menu. Also, you can see here that we have different layers. And the reason why we have different layers is because I added some instructions and the color palette. And you can use your layers with your eye icon in order to hide and display the content. So here, if we want to hide the instructions, which are the dimension of the artboard and the title, we can just simply click on the eye icon and toggle its visibility, and same for the color palette. But in this case, I'm going to keep the color palette and just simply hide the instructions. So we're ready to go. Then make sure to select the actual layer in which you like to work. In Illustrator, whenever you open a document, you always want to have at least one layer. That's a container in which you can place all your graphics. But let's go ahead and create some graphics. We're going to work in with shapes. We're going to work in with a pen tool and also the width tool. I can see the lovely Julia in the chat. Ciao, Julia. I was just giving you a shout out a second ago with the different challenges that we've seen on Discord. Fantastic. Any luck with the starter file? I don't know what is going on there. I'm sure that Wade will be able to help. Anyway, otherwise you can just simply open Illustrator, and I'm working with a 200 by 200 artboard. But let's get started. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up of what we're gonna be creating, because I think that's really exciting. So I created some social media, so I'm gonna post these on my Instagram as well. Those are going to be the icon that we're going to be creating. So if you want to personalize maybe a folder, maybe create a sticker, or maybe just get like an icon to put on your phone or for a folder. Well, I just want to show you how you can really quickly, in just a few steps in Illustrator, create icons that are nice and memorable. So as you can see, something that you can kind of look from this shape is already that we use a limited color palette for icons. That's really important to make sure that those are eye-catching. And we're going to use simple shapes as well alongside the pen tool. So what should we do real quick in the chat? Should we start with the ghost or should we start with the bat? It's going to be a little bit of a spooky season. Maybe if you want to create something for your like folders, for your spooky Halloween folders. I know Halloween is coming, is around the corner. What should we do? Should we do a bat or the ghost? The bat or the ghost? So we have a bat, ghost, bat. So 2 for the bat. Bat. Okay, so we're going to start with a bat. Fantastic. So what I'm going to do here, and you can use these images as a reference, as I say, I'm going to post it to Discord, but also to my Instagram, so you can see. The first thing is going to head to the toolbar, click and hold on the rectangle tool, and then select the ellipse tool. And that's going to be the first reference by clicking and dragging and creating the little head for the bat. And then I'm going to do that one more, click and drag in order to create the another ellipse. And that's going to be the belly. So we have the head and the body. And then in order to switch real quick tool, I'm just going to press the letter P from the keyboard, and we're going to automatically move into the pen tool. And if you've seen the pen tool looking like an X just right now, I wanted to show you because that might happen. All you have to do is to make sure that your caps lock is not active. So once it's not active, you can go back and see the actual pen tool on your artboard. Here we can go ahead and start create a little ears by clicking and then dragging. And as you can see, we're creating anchor points. And once you click and drag, you will be able to create a curve in between the 2 points. Now, if you want to make it symmetric, all you have to do is to select a shape, press the shortcut Command C, that will be Control C on window, and then Control F or Command F on a Mac in order to copy and paste in front. And we're going to head to our properties panel and simply flip the other ear horizontally. So we now know they are exactly the same, but simply flipped from the other side. Right, so now we have the basic shapes for our icon. I'm gonna go ahead and head back and again press the letter P. And by the way, if you're looking to see where is the pen tool located, it's located with the other tools in the toolbar here. And I'm gonna zoom in so you can see it. And you can access it again just simply by pressing the letter P. And I'm gonna go ahead and click in once and then once again in order to create the first shape for the little bat wing, and then just simply keep clicking in order to create the little wing here. So what I'm doing is just simply clicking once, and every time that you click, you're gonna create an anchor point. So these anchor points are points that you can actually move by pressing the letter A, which will give you access to the direct selection tool. So if you do wish to move any of these points independently, you can do so by clicking on them with the white arrow, again, the direct selection tool. Fantastic. Now, once you've done with your wing, as you can see, we have quite a rounded shape. The body is rounded, the ears are rounded, while the wings looks like really pretty spiky. With spiky edges and corner. You can leave it like that, absolutely, but I do want to show you how to make sure that everything is a little bit more consistent. So how do we transform all these corners into rounded corners in just one click? Well, again, as I said, let's go ahead and select the direct selection tool, which is the white arrow, or press the letter A on your keyboard and then click once inside the shape. As you can see, we have all these little widgets here, which are called corner widget. And if we click on them and just simply click inwards, drag inwards, we're going to be able to change our sharp edges into curved edges, just like so. So like we did before for our for the ear, again, Control C or Command C to copy, and Command F or Control F to duplicate. And then let's go ahead to the properties panel and let's flip it. So now we have perfectly the same wing. If you want to create a different wing, you can just go ahead and use the pen tool to create another wing. Now that we have created all our shapes, all we have to do is to click and drag over the illustration, and then we can head to the Pathfinder tool and select the first icon, which is called Unite. And this will allow you to unite the shape into a single shape. Then we can press the letter I, the letter I in order to load the eyedropper tool, which again, every tool that I'm naming, I give it a shortcut because I think it's nice to work a little faster, but everything is here in the toolbar. So every tool that I mentioned, the pen tool, the move tool, the direct selection tool, all the tools are here. And we're gonna go ahead and click one of the color and select one of the color from the little color palette in order to create our bat. And here we go. We already created our first icon. But let me go ahead and show you how to create the little ghost, because that's even easier. So here we just simply used Shaped and the pen tool, and we created a bat in what, like 3 minutes? Super easy. But now let's go ahead and use the pen tool, and let me show you how you can get this shape like a drop in just literally using 2 tools. So what I'm gonna do first is to click on the artboard tool, or use the shortcut Shift O in order to access the artboard tool, and we're going to press the Option key while we click and drag in order to create a duplicate of our artboard. And then I'm going to go ahead and select my little bat, and we're going to press on the Delete key to delete it. Then I'm going to head back to my pen tool and click once in order to create a first anchor point. Then I'm going to go ahead and click and drag to create another anchor point. But again, like as you can see here, the handles, by moving the handles, I can move the curve, and then I can create another anchor point over here. So we gave already that sort of a shape, but how do we transform that into an actual droplet or ghost look? So what I'm gonna do first of all is to use the shortcut Shift X. That's a super fast and quick shortcut, Shift X, remember, that allows you to swap the fill and the stroke. So as you can see, we moved the fill, the blue fill, into the stroke in just a shortcut. Otherwise you can do that from the fill and control here at the bottom of the toolbar, and then press Escape in order to close the path. So here we have our path. I'm going to go ahead and select stroke, and we want to make sure that we have a rounded cap, because we want to make sure that the head of the ghost is all nice and rounded. And then I'm going to start to tilt it so it just kind of resemble the same rotation, the same angle of that little ghost. And now I'm going to show you how to use the width tool to create a shape from a stroke in just one step. So go ahead and select the width tool, which is this very fun tool. Look at it here in the toolbar. And then all you have to do is click once anywhere into the path, and you can go ahead and start to change the width of your stroke. And now I'm just going to do it here at the top. But if you want, you can change the width literally anywhere within the actual stroke. And if you want to perhaps just change it on one side, just use the option on Alt key. And as you can see, these allow you to create a different width throughout your shape. Now, another thing that you can do is, again, use the direct selection tool if you want to move your tools, and you can head back to the width tool and change the width anytime that you want. So perhaps you want to make the shape of the head a little bit bigger, just like so. Fantastic. So we already created the shape. How are we to transform it now from a stroke into a shape? Let's go ahead and select object and then path, and from there outline stroke. And here we go. We moved from a stroke to a path. And if you find these little corners here, which perhaps you would like to smooth out, well, there are different ways to do so. One of them, which I love, is to find and use the smooth tool from the edit toolbar, select advanced, and here you'll be able to discover the wonderful smooth tool. So once we select the smooth tool, first make sure to select your shape. We can go ahead and simply just kind of paint, click and drag inside your shape here, so you can give it the shape that you want, just like so. And as you can see, we have quite a few anchor points. So another nice trick to simplify your shape, it's simply to right click on it and then select simplify, and that will get rid of the majority of the anchor points. So you can just simply smoothen it just like so. And here we go, we got our little ghost shape here. So all we're left to do now is just simply to select it, press the letter I, and click and select one of the different color from the color palette. What we can do also, again, make sure to take your time. I see you maybe want to zoom in and really make sure that you smooth all the corners. I'm going to go ahead and select the ellipse tool with the letter L, and I'm going to create some little eyes for our ghost. Now make sure that from the appearance panel, we select a color in contrast. In this case, perhaps black can be a good color for our little ghost. And here it is. So we got our first eye. And then I'm going to create another one, which is probably a little bit smaller here, because it's almost like as if that's the profile of the ghost. So it's just, I'm going to create a little smaller oval. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the Alt key to duplicate and create another oval for the mouth. And if you wonder how did I create the actual shape of an app, well, that's very simple. Press the letter M in your keyboard in order to access the rectangle tool. Click once. And you can see, I'm going to zoom in so you can actually see it here. You have the Smart Guide activated by default in Illustrator. So it's telling you that it's intersecting the actual artboard. We know that the artboard is 200 by 200 pixels. So simply go ahead and click on OK. And all we have to do here is, again, use our widget tool in order to make our corner rounded, and then select the color that you want. In this case, I selected the pink. Then all you have to do is to use the shortcut option Command Shift left bracket to bring it backwards. And another thing that we can do here perhaps is to go ahead and select everything that we have created and give it a little bit of a stroke. So you can actually apply a stroke to all your designs simply by heading to the appearance panel after you selected your design, just like so. So we have our little bat and our little ghost. And again, I want to do that one more time to make sure that we retain all the rounded aspect. Click on stroke, and from here use a rounded cap and rounded corner. So we retain the little rounded shape. And if you want to duplicate the background, again, Command C on the artboard, then you move into the other artboard and Command F to duplicate it. And again, bring it back with Command Shift left bracket. That will be Control Shift left bracket. So we're ready to go. Our icons are ready. Now what I did in the other one is just to tilt the bat a little bit, and you can go ahead and once you create your little ghost, you can change the shape as you wish, just like so. And then what I usually do is tend to group the elements by holding the Shift key. So here I'm grouping, and then Command G or Control G. So I'm grouping my little ghost here, and then I can make it a little smaller inside our little app icon. Now to export real quick, Option Command E is the shortcut to export for screen for our icons, and then go ahead and select any folder that you like. I'm going to place it into my desktop real quick and select choose, and from here you can go ahead and also create a subfolder and select the artboard that you wish to use. Fantastic. Once you're ready, you can actually name, so I'm going to call this one icons, and then click on export artboard, and you will see that it opens up right away. So here we have our icons ready to be used. But for your reference, I'm going to go ahead and actually share the little one that I created before. So let me show you how do you actually share inside Discord. So I have my file here. All I have to do is simply go ahead and head back to my Discord channel and make sure that I select the feedback challenge channel. And here you'll see there is a little plus icon. So from here, Adnan is asking short keys for window user. I think that is for export. There will be Control Alt E. So instead of Option Command E is Control Alt E. That will open up the export for screen on a window. And let's go back here. So all we have to do is to click on the plus icon, and then you can upload a file. Or if you have your window open, you can simply click and drag inside Discord. And as you can see, it already drops it inside. As long as you are in the right channel, it already drops it inside Discord. And I'm going to use here challenge 01 as a reference, then put a smiley face, and you can see you can use all these little, let's see if to find a little ghost. Yeah, we have a little ghost spooky icon here as well. Fantastic. All you have to do is to click on upload, and we are ready to go. We have created our first challenge together. So we have these cute Halloween icons. We're gonna have so much more fun. Probably we do have a minute to actually show you how to create a Behance project. If not, we're gonna do that during the week, because actually something that is really important in this minute is just to give a shout out to Max. Max is the fantastic event, the creative conference, which is coming up real quick, October 26 to 28. Before that, there is so much more brain dates, Adobe Live, so much fun coming up, sessions, labs. Mind-blowing activity is an injection of inspiration and creativity that will last you until next year. I promise that. So go and check it out. Most importantly, it's free for all and online. So again, you literally can be in bed on your couch in your pajama, chilling in your garden and watching Adobe Max and really seeing the best master of design at their work. I also have a few sessions there in Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, back at Adobe Live with the first takes for graphic design. It's going to be so much fun. There is so much to do. Again, you can also check my Instagram at I am Claudia. There is so much there in terms of information about Adobe Max, and I'm going to do a Q&A on Instagram as well. So thank you so much for this time together. Don't forget to stay tuned. There is so much fun here at Adobe Live today. Coming up, we have editing, a food vlog with Soy, and I don't know how to pronounce the last name, so I'm not going to pronounce it. And then Dexty Creative Challenge with Brandon. Thank you so much, everybody. As usual, it's a super amazing pleasure to be here with you. Don't forget, tomorrow, same time, same place, I'm going to be here with you for another challenge. Go and grab a glass of water and come back, because there is more fun at Adobe Live. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.